Hello, I hope you're all feeling well. I plan to make this video enjoyable for you, and I want to thank both Tina, John, Chen from Evergreen Herbs and Lotus for making it possible for me to bring this information to you. The focus of this particular treatment that I'm going to perform is how to bring the immune system from its irregularity or imbalance to normal. And that, in order to do that, and how I came across this formula took many years. About 25 years ago, I came across the situation where many of my patients had autoimmune issues. And I meditated because I didn't get the answers from the professors. I didn't get answers from anyone else other than from the problems that my patients had and from meditation. I encourage everyone to learn from nature itself, to learn from life. I asked 2 questions that I got no responses from anyone. And it wasn't until I actually meditated that I got the answers. One question I had, which was a simple one, but no one could answer, was what is the organ, the mother organ, of the Sanjiao channel, the Sanjiao pathway? There is none. But I came to understand what the answer to that was. The other question I had was, if we exist in a world where everything is moving in all directions all the time, how is it that we can experience stillness? And we can see stillness around us. Things that appear not to be moving. There is a gross level of stillness that we can observe. Rocks, wood, just about anything that we can look at has a surface level of stillness. And that means that deeper inside, somewhere, there is a stillness. And stillness does exist. Those are 2 questions. The answer to that one is in the question. If everything is moving in all directions all the time, how is it that we can experience stillness? The answer, after many meditations, is that everything is moving in all directions, all the time. That means everything that exists is moving into itself as well as out from itself. And when everything is moving into itself as well as out to itself at the same time, this is not a paradox. This is stillness. And we can experience that. That leads me to understand the nature of yin and yang, the nature of water and air, the nature of blood and qi, the nature of river and current, the nature of earth spinning, the nature of universe humming. There is activity in every stillness, and every channel, every organ has a level of stillness and a level of activity. The relationship of these led me to understand the nature of healing, the nature of health, and health longevity. Normalizing the immune system, or that is creating normalcy within the immune system, is what leads to homeostasis, where the body itself is at a perfect state for healing, for living, for existing. And any irregularity, any imbalance of the immune system has to be regulated back to that normalcy. And this is how I came up with this treatment. I start with the points in order that I needle is Sanjiao 5, Kidney 3, Ren 17, Kidney 27, 26. I'll speak more about those. Do 20, and last one, Yin Tang. And I'll explain every point as I go, why I chose them, and how they are related to the immune system. The first points I needle, Sanjiao 5, bilaterally. I needle Sanjiao 5 with the needle heading up towards the arm. When I needle Sanjiao 5, I make sure that there is a sensation in the patient, that there's a movement going up the arm internally. And that's very important because I'm aiming it to the thymus. And then I needle Kidney 3. Everyone knows how to needle Kidney 3 with being careful not to damage any nerve perpendicularly. Very simple. But it is very important because I'm going to use Kidney 3 and the kidney meridian to reach Kidney 27, 26, 27. And then I needle Ren 17. Ren 17 is very important because it opens the chest and helps to connect the heart. And the heartbeat and the heart rhythm is going to be very important in this treatment. And then I needle Kidney 26, 27 in a shallow, careful not to penetrate the lung, so you needle shallow between the ribs and then connect the E stem, positive and negative. Then I needle Do 20 going forward, the furthermost point of Do 20 forward, and Yin Tang. Now I'll go over every point and how it relates to the immune system. I came across Sanjiao 5, first with the question, what is the organ that it homes to? There was none. In meditation, I came to understand from the deepest level what it is. What is the Sanjiao channel? How did it develop? When did it develop? And I went to the birth of a human from the embryo stage. What is the first thing that we determine? At around 6 weeks, we can first start to see whether there's a living human person, being that has developed from the embryo. And at that point, we start to see that there is a nourishing placenta that is born from the child, from the baby, to the mother. That organ belongs to the baby. It attaches to the mother as a source of nourishment, nutrition. It's dependent on that for both chi and blood. And that means a form of oxygen, a form of nourishment from the bloodstream. That is the very first organ the child develops. The baby develops that. And that relationship is ended when the placenta is cut away. What I understand is that the placenta and the pathway it creates in the upper, middle, and lower parts of that fetus is the Sanjiao channel. And that placenta is cut away. Now the channel is there to nourish and continue the life of the embryo, of the child, of the fetus. Now that embryo has become a human being, a living being. And that living being with the irrigation, so to speak, to nourish, that has to home. And the classics, I believe, say that it homes to the kidneys. In Chinese medicine, we don't refer to the adrenals. But I believe, just like the pathway of the Sanjiao going to the upper, middle, and lower, the adrenals do that. And I believe that it's the adrenals that are the home of the Sanjiao channel. The upper, middle, and lower of the body is all affected by the adrenals. And the adrenals are supported, are nourished, and are interacted with by the kidneys. So I go from Sanjiao 5 to kidney 3. Kidney 3 is the mother point of the kidney meridian, the kidney channel. And that is very important because kidney 3 is going to be the pathway that leads to kidney 27, where the thymus is. The thymus is the headquarters of the immune system, where the T cells are regulated. Let me back up. From kidney 3, now I have Sanjiao 5, kidney 3 interacting. Adrenals and kidneys are interacting. Then I need the heart, because I'm going to be using the rhythm of the heart. So I need REN 17. REN 17 not only opens the chest, but allows for the heart to commingle, so to speak, with the thymus. By needling REN 17 and then kidney 26, 27, shallow, avoiding the lungs, shallow, but between the ribs. Right here, there's a nice place to locate those needles inwardly. And then connect the electrostim to those. Before I start the electrostim, I needle do 20, because do 20 is going to bring in the hypothalamus. And yin tang, which is going to bring in not only the pituitary, but the pineal and the part of this treatment that deals with the mind-body relationship. The heart and mind have to be part of this treatment, because we're going to go to a profound level of the existence of the being. I choose those words not lightly, but this is what I believe has to be regulated, to be brought to normalcy. The existence of the being, the life of the being. Now, this relationship, kidney 27, 26, which are from kidney 23 up, are considered spirit points. So we're dealing not just with the physical, but with the mental body relationship, what we call mind-body relationship. And I mean mind-body, where the mind is throughout the body. And now we get to actually connect the electrostem to kidney 26, 27. And what I do first, I control the frequency. Before I do the intensity, I go to frequency. And the needles are in. I ask the patient, do you feel that? There's a very light tapping. The tapping at the beat, the rhythm of a heart. Boom, 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 boom. Once I set that rhythm, then I can go to intensity. The reason I set that rhythm is because I want the immune system to normalize to the normal rhythm of the heart. If the blood pressure is high, you'll most likely find irregularity in the heartbeat, either too fast or too slow. So you understand that regulating the frequency boom, 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 of the heart is important to regulating the immune system. They have to become equal. So now once the light tapping is felt by the patient, now we go to the intensity and we raise both at the same time, both sides at the same time. A little bit, and then you ask the patient, do you feel that? And they say, yes. Can I go any higher? They say, a little bit. Okay, that's it. When they say that's it, that's the level at which they are comfortable, and you can let them rest. For the first 10 minutes of a 30-minute treatment, for the first 10 minutes, they relax into that. I walk out, let them rest for 10 minutes with a light tapping. After 10 minutes, I come back and I ask them, how are you doing? How do you feel? They say, oh, sometimes they say, I think it stopped. But I can see the needles are still lightly tapping. So that tells me that they have adjusted. They have adjusted and they're feeling comfortable. And I say, well, can I raise it now a little bit? For the next 10 minutes, can we go to a little bit higher? And now they're at a medium pace, at a medium tempo, at a medium intensity. And but it's comfortable for them. And I say, okay. I walk out for 10 more minutes. When I come back, now 20 minutes have passed in total, and they have gone from light to medium. And then I ask them, for the last 5 to 10 minutes, can we go higher? And they say, well, let's try. Okay. And I say, is that okay? And they say, yeah, I can feel it strong, but it's fine. I let them come. After about 5 minutes, I come back. How do you feel? Okay, it's good. Okay. I let them stay the whole 10 minutes. At the end of those 30 minutes, I come back and I turn the equipment off. Suddenly, I just turn it off. They've gone from to off. And to my surprise, the first time it happened, very often I found that the patient is sleeping. With this going on, they're sleeping. Sometimes they're even snoring at a deep level of rest. It didn't happen every single time, but a majority of the time. What I came to understand is that I take all the needles out and I speak to the patient. I came to understand that they get to a level where the heartbeat and the immune system have now leveled out. They've normalized. They have a completely symbiotic relationship and they feel fine. They feel calm, rested, normal. And that's what we want to achieve. Because when a patient with an autoimmune condition comes in, they're usually at either the very first stages of the flare-up or in the middle of the flare-up or after the flare-up. In the beginning stages of a flare-up, they feel the ache and pain is coming on, the irritability, the whatever, the emotional aspects of it are getting bad and they need the treatment. In the middle of it, they're very sensitive. So you have to be very gentle in putting the needles in because it feels to them like a knife being put into their body. But you have to be very careful, very gentle, and then still get through the treatment. If they come in after the flare-up, their immune system is down. And this treatment will bring not to hype up the immune system or suppress the immune system, it regulates the immune system. And by bringing normalcy to the immune system, you achieve their stability. Now their immune system can handle that because the heart is comfortable. The heart is boom, 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 at that frequency, at that rhythm. And if at that rhythm, that does not interfere, then the immune system is doing fine. It can handle any outside influence on it. It will not cause it to be thrown off balance or out of whack. So this is what we want to achieve with this treatment. I do recommend that this treatment be used almost alternating with any pain treatment they come in for. If someone comes in with sciatica or back pain or neck pain, anything where they are, shoulder pain, whatever it is, arthritic pain, diabetic issues, lupus, taking chemo, all of those issues that are throwing the immune system out of whack, especially with chemo patients, I would advise them to come in directly from their chemo treatment to my office, have the treatment, and they tell me that the downtime, the feeling knocked out for a day or two doesn't occur. If they have this treatment, they are normalized and they go through the rest of the day and the week like they never had the chemo. This happens very often with all the symptoms that are inflammation type symptoms that come up with either the medication they're taking or the actual flare-up of the immune system. Something sets the immune system off. It can be emotional, it can be physical, it can be trauma of any nature. We don't have to worry about that because the mind-body relationship, whether it's in the upper part of the body, the middle part of the body, or the lower part of the body, they're going to be regulated with this treatment. Now, what I will also recommend is that after the immediate treatment, they get a massage, especially on the back, along the back shu points, the watojaji points. If we can get the energy from the cervicals, the thoracics, and the lumbars to sort of spread out to what I call the five towers. The spine going from the sacrum to the head is the main tower, and then the arms and the legs make up the five towers of the body. But we have to spread the energy, the healing influence of this treatment to the extremities. That really makes a complete treatment. I usually don't interfere with whatever medication they're taking. If they want to, Evergreen has the greatest formulas for assisting and treating any of the infirmities, any of the illnesses. What I also suggest is that aside from alternating this treatment every 3 or 4 after the pain issues are diminished, that they have this treatment once a month, because this autoimmune situation is difficult. If they come in once a month and stabilize the thyroid, the thymus, pardon me, there sometimes are thyroidal issues that benefit from treating the thymus, because the kidney energy also goes through the thyroid. But by stabilizing and making sure that once a month the system is regulated and functioning at its max, that assures that the patient is going to be healthy and strong and happy. Okay, let's review, let's sum up the points that I used in the treatment. I want to demonstrate them for you now. I started with Sanjiao 5, and then I went to kidney 3, Ren 17, and then the kidney 27, 26 with the electrostim. I've set all the needles up for you. This is Du 20 here, and Yin Tang. Now, when I go to this Ren 17 situation here with the kidney points with the electrostim, first I set up the frequency. Once the frequency is set, I start to bring up the intensity on both sides at the same time. And then I ask the patient, do you feel that?
Yes.
Is it mild?
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. So the first 10 minutes, we leave it at that. We step outside, let them rest for 10 minutes, and let them adjust to this rhythm and this intensity. I come back. Now 10 minutes have passed. I say, how do you feel? Normally, most of the time they'll say, this tempo is good, and maybe they say, the needles stopped. I don't feel them. That's because they've adjusted to that rhythm, that level. So then I say, can we go higher? And we start going a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. How's that feel? It's good?
Strong.
It's strong. Can I go down a little?
Yes.
Okay. How is that?
Okay.
Good. At that level, we leave it there. She's comfortable. It's a higher level, but she's comfortable. We step out. We come back. 10 minutes later, I'm back in the room. 20 minutes have passed. She's gone from a very light intensity to a medium intensity. And now for the last 5 to 10 minutes, I'll ask her if we can go stronger. Can I go stronger? And we go a little bit more. How do you feel? Can you handle that?
A little bit.
A little bit. Can I go a little bit more?
No.
No. Okay. Is that a strong level for you?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
strong, very strong.
Okay, can we go 5 minutes with that?
Yes.
Okay. So now I step out for 5 minutes, and then I come back after 5 minutes and I ask her, how does it feel? Can we go to the last 5 more minutes? They usually say yes. 10 minutes later I come back, and most of the time they'll be sleeping. As I said before, they adjust. That's the end of the treatment. I turn everything off. I remove the needles, and I say, take your time. If you're going to get up now, just take your time. If she's going to have the massage after all the needles are taken out, she turns over. She does another half hour, 20 to a half hour massage, and that's the end of the treatment. I hope you've enjoyed it, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.